Right, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Lawrence Cain Jr., financial coach and host of the Money Mondays podcast. I have a special guest with me. She's been in the industry well over 9 years. And as we enter 2021, right, this is our first episode of the year. I wanted to start it off with some real good financial game for my entrepreneurs. This is Larkita Sheffield. She is the CEO and founder of Larkita or I'm sorry, not Larkita, but Sheffield um, Financial Services.
Yeah.
Um, she is somebody who I've been following on specifically Instagram. Uh, really, I don't even know when we connected, but I just know you've engaged with my posts. I've engaged with yours, and I'm just very appreciative of how we've connected. So I wanted to really get you on here and kind of talk the ins and outs of what you do, because I feel like it's very important for people to understand why they need our services. Why do they need an accountant? Why do they need bookkeeping? And how does that trickle down for the next 5 years of, wanting to, everybody wants to scale their business. So
Right.
I think accounting and bookkeeping is important in that. So,
Right.
again, welcome to the show. Um,
Thank you. Thank
and
you.
I'm appreciative of you. So, let's get started. First and foremost, if you can sum up 2020 for you, both personally and business wise, how would you sum up this year, or how did it go for you?
Okay, well, you know what? This year has been crazy for most of us. I think the biggest hurdle for me has been trying to find clientele who are trying to expand their business during this trying time we're in. And personally, I have experienced nothing but growth this year. I think 2020 has definitely slowed me down in so many ways to where the saying stop and smell the roses. I have definitely had time to stop and smell the roses. I have definitely grown just overall. I really have no complaints about this year. Sure, it was I guess a little hectic, a little crazy, but overall I have seen nothing but growth. I can't complain at all.
That's good. That's good. I think I'm similar. I mean, business has been challenging, but I
Yeah.
think personally, with marriage and being able to spend time with kids, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
just been a very, very interesting and unique part of our journey, right? So
right,
that's and then again, right, looking forward to 2021, the lessons that we've picked up, both personally and business wise, we can
right.
make those adjustments and kind of make this next year super great, man. So how did you get into the financial industry? Like what's your background? Did you grow up around people that were in finances, or you just kind of picked it up as you got older?
Picked it up as I got older. I would say into my later teens. Honestly, I took an aptitude test in high school, and that's basically where you take the test and they tell you what you will be good at. So my options were literally a homemaker and an accountant. I'm like, okay, let me try out accountant. So when I started to Google accountant and just try to become more familiar with the whole industry, I'm like, okay, I think I can do this. And plus, I'm a numbers geek, like solitude and numbers. Oh my God, that is my jam. So I'm like, okay, I can do accounting. Let me stick with this. And went to college. Focusing in accounting. I'm working on my master's at the moment in accounting. So accounting is what I live and breathe. I just love it completely.
Man, listen,
Yeah,
I had an accounting class in college,
yeah,
and our instructor, I loved him to death,
yeah,
but we were in there all going through it. like, and I'm a numbers guy. I
yeah,
love math.
yeah.
It was so funny. I literally was talking about this with one of my little brothers, like, because he had accounting his first semester of
Oh wow.
college,
Oh
and I
wow.
was like, I probably would have dropped out of school if I had it my first semester. But so God bless you and
Yes.
your ability to just thrive in accounting, man. Because
Yeah.
I tell you, I struggled so much with that during college. So,
You
but
know,
that's interesting.
I just tell people, for me, accounting is like I'm a puzzle person too. I
Mm.
see numbers and I just make the numbers make sense. Like it's just a huge puzzle, putting the numbers together to make it tell a story.
Yeah. So
That's the
speak
way I.
and that's good. But speaking of that, some people do that and it hurts them. And what I mean by that is people get so wrapped up in, like, I just saw a post today and it's like how to make $1 million in a year. And then it's all these different, sell a $19 product and get X amount of sales, sell a $50 product. And I think sometimes we get analysis paralysis with numbers, whereas you can see the numbers and really be able to tell the story for not only the client that you're serving, but how they can use those numbers to help them. So talk about um, what made you start your own business as opposed to working for these big companies that need accountants.
Right. Well, I started my business this year. I really didn't intend on starting a business. It sort of fell into my lap. I have a boss who works in property management, and she just needed help in her accounting department. And she called me up like, I'm acquiring this new property, so can you please take a look at my books and make sure everything is right? And it just went from there. Basically, I was like, okay, I can do this. I could do this on my own, and that's how it just took off from there.
That's phenomenal. I mean,
Yeah,
especially for it to start while you were working. I'm
yeah,
I'm the same way. I started my business while I was working full time, and sometimes it really comes to you, right? It's not anything where it's like, I don't think I grew up like I'm gonna be an entrepreneur.
right.
This
You-
experience got me here, got me to this
yeah.
point. So no, that's good. And then you started it this year.
Mhm.
So
During a pandemic.
during the pandemic, and again, the best time to sow a seed is when it's chaos, man. And I'm a big
Right.
believer in that. So let's get into it. What all do you provide for not only individuals but also businesses?
Right. I provide services to both individuals, couples, and small business owners. And I focus mainly on accounting / bookkeeping for small business owners. And when it comes to individuals, I do personal financial coaching. That's my biggest thing. I'm really trying to get more people involved in that. Well, interested in wanting to
Hmm.
receive coaching. You know what I mean? That's been somewhat of a struggle. And I do also administrative duties for both individuals and small business owners.
That's good. That's good. I mean, financial coaching. I'll tell you what. This is the season.
Yeah.
January, February, tax time. This is the financial coaching season. So what I would recommend to you
Mhm.
is really double down on some of your content that you
Yeah.
promote specifically for financial coaching, and then also get in those DMs, right?
Oh,
And really look at those business owners, those people who you follow that are entrepreneurs, because
mhm.
they struggle with how much should I pay myself, and I'm trying to pay off debt that I got from when I was younger. So
Yeah.
I would just give you that tip, man, because I'm excited for. I know financial coaching. I know it's about to
You
be
said
on
that's your
top.
thing.
Yeah, it's about to be on. It's about to be on and popping, man. So we were talking offline, right? And one thing that you posted where I was like, man, that's what really was like, I was like, man, I know at some point I need to talk to Larkita about this, but you talked about the difference between bookkeeping and accounting. And a lot of entrepreneurs, they say, I know close to me, they're like, I need an accountant, or they're saying I need to hire a bookkeeper. And I'm actually going to refer you to my guy. He just did my tattoo literally Saturday, and he was looking for a bookkeeper. So I need to send you. I need to connect y'all. So
Right.
my question is, can you break down the difference? Why would somebody need bookkeeping as opposed to accounting, and vice versa?
Right. And I'll just start with both of them are extremely crucial for small business owners to have. I would say accounting is more of the analytical role. They take the data that the bookkeepers enter and
Mm,
make sense of it. You know what I mean? And bookkeepers, they need to know what data to enter, what's relevant, what's not relevant when it comes to your numbers, because not everything is relevant, I guess you can say.
Mm,
So what the accountants do, they just make sense of what the bookkeepers input into whatever system. So if you need to know how are my sales looking, or what expenses do I need to cut, or in 5 years I want to be here, how do I get to this point? That's when you need an accountant. But when
okay.
it comes to your day-to-day numbers, a bookkeeper, that bookkeeper definitely comes in handy when it comes to that. So that's the main difference. I would say more of the analytics of everything.
Okay. So you touched on it briefly
Uh-huh.
about the certain things don't matter when it
Right.
comes to the bookkeeping. What are some expenses or items that businesses may purchase that don't matter when it comes to the books?
Anything honestly that pertains to you personally don't matter, and I think a lot of business owners, they want to combine the both when you can't do that. Your personal is your personal. Business needs to strictly be business, and you can't combine the both. And I try to stress that to the clients that I do have, like, separate both of the expenses, both of the separate everything between business and personal.
Right. And one of the things that I bought this year was business internet
Yeah.
because with virtual learning, my wife's a teacher and she's working her district is remote right now.
Yeah.
I was like, I ain't like she using the personal, I'm using the personal, my son you like we got the cell phones connected. It was like slow. I'm like, listen, I'm doing more Zoom calls. I need fast internet. So that's something that I invested in, right? So it's in the business name. I'll
Right.
pay it from the business account. And I know a lot of people I tell people all the time, call these places and switch it to your business account. And that's why everybody needs to make sure you have the paperwork together because you're not just gonna have a brand and you don't have the EIN. That's the very first thing
Oh yeah.
people was asking about. Like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's super crucial for that. So for those listening to this and watching this, if you have, if you work from home, put some of those things in your business account, in your business name, so that it is separated and it doesn't look like you're just trying to get over because
Right.
they gonna catch it and they gonna make sure receipts are everything. So
Yes, please keep the receipt.
so let's talk about that. We're in
Uh-huh.
2020. This is a digital age.
Uh-huh.
What is a good practice for an entrepreneur to be able to keep the receipts? Like if I go get gas right now, obviously I'm printing the receipt, but then what should I do with it then to make sure that by the end of the year I'm good?
Believe it or not, some people may not agree with this, but I'm perfectly okay with the shoebox client.
Hmm.
All the receipts going into a shoebox, at least they're all in one place. And
Hmm.
like you said, we're in a digital age too. A lot of companies will willingly email you, go paperless, and email you the receipt.
Hmm.
Once you receive those emails, I would say keep them in a separate folder.
Hmm.
That way you have everything you need for your tax preparer when the time comes.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and speaking of that, you are a QuickBooks Pro advisor,
Yeah.
and so I know I use QuickBooks Self-Employed,
Hmm.
and I know when I get a receipt, I'll take the picture, and
Hmm.
then once that transaction is, has been processed, like for gas, for example, I then it'll say attach receipt. Is that a good thing to do as well using
Oh
QuickBooks?
yeah, that definitely. If you have QuickBooks, definitely utilize that function. That's definitely helpful. I'm glad you're proactive and take pictures of the receipt. So many people just lose that part
Mhm.
completely, just fail to do it, but it definitely helps out. That's
Yeah,
one of the
yeah.
best functions I would say QuickBooks has.
Right. So I mean, I do work. I'm the chief marketing officer for Elan Tax Service. So she be on
Okay.
me like we'll I'll buy us some. smoothies or something, and she like, you got receipt. So she keeps
Yes,
me good. She keeps me good. Um,
please receipts, everybody.
right, right. So I'm very I'm very interested in hearing. So we're gonna get into some questions, right? And
Okay.
I'm eager to hear your answers. So the first question is, if you could start a business, or for your current business, if you can partner with any business, other business, right? Who would you partner with?
You know what? One of my idols is Richard Bronson.
Hmm. That
I oh
Virgin Mobile, ain't it?
yes, yes, his leadership style. He has more of the mentor leadership style. Like
Mm,
if you do something wrong, it's not like, oh, I'm scolding you. It's like, let me help make you better. And
yeah.
his whole. I just love everything about Richard Bronson. He would definitely be one I would want to team up with.
That's good.
Yeah.
Give me one purchase you made in 2020 that, looking back, you're like, why did I buy that?
Love purchase. You know what? Ann Taylor had a skirt on sale, and I don't know if you know anything about Ann Taylor. They can be pretty expensive. So
Mm,
I was like, you know what? This would be an early Christmas present for myself. So I'm definitely gonna get this purse. I mean, this skirt, and that's what I. I was like, Keita, did you really need to do that? You're trying to pay off credit cards, not add more to it. But I'm
right.
like, it's a Christmas present. Shut up.
Yeah, we gonna justify them purchases.
Yes, yes. It's definitely a must needed skirt
Sure.
in my head.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Next question. Give me one book you would recommend our audience to pick up for 2021.
You know what? For 2021, I have just started reading Michelle Obama's
Mm,
Becoming book, and
okay.
I am halfway through it, and that is definitely a must read.
Mm,
Just her story, her background, her coming from humble beginnings. She's just all around just an amazing woman, a great leader. She's just everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we watched the Netflix docu series, or whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it,
Yeah.
about it. She's very. I mean, she's somebody like, I tell people all the time. I would probably cry if I met her, and
Yes.
not cry if I met Barack.
Same here. Same here. I would do the ugly cry.
Yeah, like, she's just a phenomenal person. That book is good. My wife has the book as well. All right, next question. If you could start a brand new business with yourself and four other entrepreneurs, thought leaders that are still alive, who would they be?
Um, I would say Gandhi for sure, just because
Mm,
I love his whole peaceful mindset, lifting as we climb. I love that. It would be Michelle Obama because she's extremely intelligent and I feel like she doesn't react off of emotion. She's
hmm
really rational. Um, Beyonce, don't judge me
No
because
judgment. No judgment here.
I need that Virgo presence in my business, that perfectionism. Just I need that. And number four, it would be I would say P Diddy. His hustle is just
Mm,
impeccable.
that's a good
Nobody,
lineup.
nobody can out hustle Diddy.
That's a good lineup. I like that. I like that. Now, my final question is, what advice would you give? Because there may be some young people, and I literally work with a lot of young people across the state. What advice would you give your 18-year-old self, knowing what you know now?
I would say to her, don't give up. It may seem like you're stuck right now, but life gets better.
Mm,
I don't know if you follow my recent post, but I just let everyone know like I was a teenage mom and I had my first son when I was 18, senior year in high school. So
mm,
it was like extremely tough for me at that time. I felt like my life was over. How am I going to go to college?
hmm
All the what ifs in the world popped up in my mind, but I got through it.
That's phenomenal, and you're here, and you've
Yes.
been doing amazing work, and I'm proud to be connected with you.
Okay.
So before we leave, let people know how they can get in touch with you through your website and through social media.
Okay. My website is sheffieldafservices.com. I have an Instagram and Facebook. My Facebook is Sheffield Accounting and Financial Services, and my Instagram is my first name, Marquita _S.
All right, guys, it's been another edition of the Money Mondays podcast. This has been super fun for me. I'm
Yes,
glad, Larkita, you were
me,
able to hop on.
yes,
We're recording this on a busy week, right? It's been a busy week for us, but again, we've connected. Make sure you follow her if you need her services. Please sit down with her, even if you're in a different city that she is. She can. I mean, come on, man. It's
yeah, right. 2020
2021.
now.
Like we're in a different mind state now. So remember, guys, financial success, it happens on purpose, and success does not visit the lazy. God bless you. Share this episode with people you know, love, and trust. Peace out.